Guys, this is Vishal Kapoor, your friend in real estate, and today I have with me Daniel Sauro from CIBC, mortgage advisor, to let us know about mortgage financing. Let's watch. Thank you, Daniel, for coming over here. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me, Vish. It's a pleasure.
We having the conversation before that's what's going on in the market. And my first question to you is, what the best way of figuring out how much I can afford?
Absolutely. Great question. So the maximum purchase amount is essentially what you want to know, especially when you have your clients and you need to determine what the maximum amount they can purchase for.
Right.
And so that's typically 4.5 times the income.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So
Absolutely.
that means if my income is 100,000, I can afford 450,000.
That's correct.
Well, good to know that. And my second question is, if I want to fill up the application and I want to be perfect so I don't get rejected, what's the best way of doing that? What documents I need? And what would be the best way?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. So it all depends on your source of income. If you're self-employed or if you are salaried.
Right.
If you are salaried, essentially what we would require is a T4, your last year's T4, along with a recent pay stub within 45 days.
Okay.
If you're self-employed, typically it would be 2 years notice of assessment and T1 general, along with your financial statements for 2 years. That's always good to have.
Oh.
So good things to consider when you're about to proceed with an application is, number one is your income, your amount of down payment and where it's coming from, the essentially your total monthly obligations, okay, so your total monthly obligations and your credit score. So it's those 4 parts right there are very good to make sure you have everything prepared. But yeah, that's probably the most important part.
Fantastic. That's great. Now, because you mentioned about the down payment, what is the ideal amount I can put? Should I put 5%, 10%, 20%? What do you think?
So essentially, it all depends on the purchase amount. If you are purchasing a property and ideally you want to aim to have 20% because then you avoid the CMHC insurance premium that's added to the principal. But if you do not or are not able to produce the 20%, then essentially the minimum is 5% on the first 500,000, and then it would be 10% on the amount after 500. So say for example 750,000, so it'd be 25,000 for the first 500, and then 10% for the 250. That's another 25,000. So the total amount would be $50,000 down payment on 750,000 purchase price.
Wow, that's great. Now we got into down payment. The next thing I'm looking for at shopping is how much I can save on my interest. So what's the difference between variable rate and fixed rate?
That's a very common, very good question. So the fixed rate is the rate is guaranteed for the amount of time of the term. So in the event where you're taking a 5-year fixed, your payment and interest rate is guaranteed for that 5 years.
Going to be same.
That's correct. The variable is Bank of Canada Prime, less the discount that's given to you by the bank. So right now the variable rates with CIBC actually has a 3-year variable and a 5-year variable. We are only one of 2 banks out of the top 5 that has a 3-year variable, and it's been probably the most popular for the past 3 or 4 years. So it's been pretty popular. Now the benefit of the variable is you get a 20% prepayment privilege every year of the original amount. So as opposed to 10% on the fixed.
Okay, that's fantastic to know, because depending upon my situation, do I want to pay more or do want to hold on and take the advantage of the low interest?
Absolutely.
And when my money is earning somewhere else, more interest. That would be ideal, isn't it? So other question which I have is, again, I'm dealing with a lot of people these days, and a lot of people becoming self-employed. I know we were talking before that CIBC has some self-employment program for self-employed people, and what program they have? You were mentioning something about Genworth CMSC.
Absolutely. So CIBC has partnered up with Genworth, who have a program for clients that are self-employed that are not able to produce or provide income documents.
Right.
There are certain qualifications for it, but CIBC does have a program that caters to those clients that are self-employed. Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic, and my self-employed clients will be pretty happy to hear that. My last and the most important question, and people asking about that, they know the real estate perspective, but now I want to know from mortgage perspective, from finance industry perspective, what do you think about the current market? What's going on?
That's a great question. I wish I had the crystal ball,
yeah.
but in my take on it is this is definitely a buyer's market. It's definitely a buyer's market. Those properties that have been heavily sought for the past 4 or 5 months, that prices were through the roof.
Right.
Well, the market's calmed down now. As you are aware, the prices have come down, and it's a great opportunity for those people for those potential buyers that have prepared themselves and that have that are ready to buy. Get excited! It's a great time. You're saving money. It was a lot more expensive about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You're getting this is a great opportunity now. It's definitely a buyer's market. If you're a first-time home buyer, it's a great time for you as well. If you have any uncertainty with regards to your down payment, guess what? If you refer to the last episode, Marie did an amazing job in explaining the first-time home buyers program. But again, this is a great time. Just one little tip. Please, if you are shopping around for interest rates, do not sign anything unless you've read the fine print. Any broker fees or anything like that. With the top 5 banks, there is no fees, no broker fees. So you want to make sure that, because once it's too late, it's too late. So you want to make sure you're doing your research and you're asking those questions. But it's a great time to buy.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm not sure about the buyer market though, but I do know that the negotiation power is more. And do you think this is going to last long, that is going to keep on holding on this interest rate, or going to increase?
Well, there was a recent increase in rate on both the fixed and the variable.
Right.
The last one being the 7th of September on the variable prime rate.
Right.
But I don't see rates, it's going to be very hard for them just to shoot the interest rates up all at once. You don't want to shock the market. So, I think they've made their increase, but
I think you mentioned before that we don't have a crystal ball to tell that what's going to happen.
That's right.
Anything can happen. We got the economic scenario, what's
correct.
happening, and definitely it's when people are ready, then market is ready for them. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate that, and thank you for all your likes and shares which you did last time. And please do subscribe our YouTube channel and Facebook. And if you have any particular question regarding mortgage, you can reach out to Daniel Sauro. So Daniel, what number or what email address they can reach out to?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And if you have any general questions, feel free to give me a call. If you're looking for assistance, please give me a call at 416-904-5611. Or you can email me at Daniel, DANIEL.Sauro, SAURO @CIBC.com.
Oh, fantastic. And his last name is Sauro, and always make fun of that. But one thing for sure, that he will take away your sorrow and make you happy. So thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.